Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here. So today is February 1st, so I am doing like my February monthly reset, and I always do this on the first of the month just because I like to utilize my last couple days of the month. So like I use January 29, 30, and 31 to really kind of try and smash out any last minute goals, any other things I wanted to accomplish. And then on February 1st, I do like my reset for this current month now. So that's basically what I'm doing today. It is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I just got home from work. And so we're just gonna go through my monthly reset routine. It'll probably take me all night. I also have to like cook dinner and stuff in between. So the video will just kind of bounce around depending on what I'm doing, but I really hope you enjoy seeing how I do this. I do plan in a bullet journal, so most of what I'm doing in this video is in my bullet journal, but you could 100% do this in any planner that you use. So yeah, let's jump right in. Okay, I have my bullet journal here and I'm gonna start doing my monthly reset, and I always start by making sure all of my annual trackers are filled in and up to date. And so we are going to start with, this is my goal setting layout, and we will come back to this once we look at my January goals and start setting my February goals. But for now, we're gonna fill in all of this information. So I have a page here for my YouTube stats, so I will go ahead and fill all of that in. The next layout is my membership content, and I will actually come back and do this one a little bit later. Here we have my fitness trackers, and so on the left hand side I'm tracking what kind of exercise I'm doing. You can definitely see here where I was sick this month because I was not exercising at all, but I have started to get back into a routine here. And then I was tracking my weight throughout the month, so basically I just weigh myself, and then anytime I hit any of these milestones I'm just checking off. But one thing that I do want to do is at the end of each month I want to write down my measurements. So my husband helped me with this earlier this evening. And the next one that I really want to focus on is my monthly spending. So my husband and I have a goal this year to pay off quite a decent chunk of our debt. And so the main thing that I want to accomplish by doing this each month is figuring out how much we actually paid to our debt. Not just like how much we put to the debt, just because there are like automatic withdrawal payments that have to come out monthly. I want to actually be able to track like how much we actually took off of our actual debt after like interest and everything else was paid. And I just have my expenses broken down into a few basic categories. So income, and then we have our household, and this includes like mortgage, house insurance, utilities, anything like that. Also internet is in there as well. Our vehicles is our car payment and our gas, and then food is whether we cooked at home or ate out. Entertainment is just basically anything that we do for fun throughout the month. Miscellaneous quite literally is just miscellaneous. Like this month we ended up buying a treadmill on sale, so that got lumped in there. And then how much we pay off to our debt. So what I do is I go into my banking platform and I just download an Excel spreadsheet of all of our transactions, and then I just categorize them based on this, and I just basically work out what the numbers are. This is not like an exact amount, like I don't worry about every single little penny. It's just like as long as it's within, like as long as my end calculations are within $100, I call it close enough. It's just that I have a general idea where we're at financially. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in what we spent in January. So that is it for my annual trackers. Once I'm done that, then I jump into my January review. So the first thing I want to look at are my goals, and I know I didn't do amazing this month just because of the fact that I got super sick and I was in bed for about a week and then still not even feeling 100% for even another week after that. So this was not my most productive month when it comes to my goals, but I do still want to just do a check-in, see how I did, and kind of set a bit of a foundation for the goals I'm going to set for myself in February. So I had a goal to exercise 3 days a week, and I definitely did not accomplish that, especially considering I had an entire week where I didn't get out of bed. So we are going to basically just cross that out. Same thing, my next one was walk 5 days a week. I didn't do that either. And then lose 4 pounds. I'm going to give myself a half point because even though I wasn't exercising, I also wasn't eating a ton, or I was still trying to eat somewhat healthy. So I lost 2 pounds out of the 4 I had set. So I'm going to give myself a half point. Clean out front closet. This did not get done, so cross that out. Read 4 books. I'm going to give myself a half point because I definitely read 4 books, but like a couple of them I didn't love, so I didn't finish them. But I did have a few books that I read. Pay $2,000 to our credit card. We did do that, so I'm going to knock that one off. Add $500 to my business account. This one I couldn't do because my husband also got sick, so he also had to take time off work. So our income was way off from what it normally is, and so of the expenses I decided to cut that one out, and then I will add money next month. Publish 4 to 5 YouTube videos. This one didn't get done either. I think I only published 2. Create the goal setting toolkit. I'm going to give myself a half point because it's about 3/4 of the way done, which I'm really excited for. Relaunch the members club. This one did not get done because I was sick during my launch, so I postponed it. Journal 3 days a week. This one I did do for the most part, so I'll give myself a half point. Follow routine. I'm going to give myself a half point because when I wasn't sick, I followed it really well, and I'm really happy with what I did there. Just the days where I was sick, I didn't follow it, but that's okay. And then text family weekly. I feel like, yeah, I'm gonna tick that one off because I definitely did pretty good this month with checking in with everybody. I try to at least once a week. Then looking at my YouTube schedule, half of these videos, well, more than half of them didn't get done, like I said, because I was sick. And then all the stuff for my members club got pushed forward because this was all dependent on my launch, which did not happen. That's scheduled for February now. And then I already kind of went through my to-do list earlier today to figure out kind of what's left that I have to do, that I have to transfer over to February. So that's kind of it. This is a step I really like to do, is just like check in with my dashboard, make sure I didn't miss anything important. And just kind of figure out what I need to transfer over to the next month. The next thing I like to do is what I just call like my January review, and these are basically just journal prompts I like to answer just to kind of get a sense or a feel for where I'm at and how I felt about the month. So the prompts were: what were my biggest challenges this month? How did I overcome those challenges? What were my biggest wins? What progress did I make to my goals this month? And what parts of my daily routine worked well? So I like to look at my challenges because challenges and roadblocks come up all the time, and I really like to think about how I overcame those challenges because that's something I can typically use again in the future when I come up with other challenges. And then I also like to focus on my big wins. It's really hard to focus on the negative, but usually if you think really hard, you actually accomplish more than you think you did, and I like to highlight that. I also, again, like to check in with my goals and see where I'm at. And then I also like to think about my daily routine, just because I will create a new daily routine for the next month, and I really want to think about what worked and what didn't so that I can make that change next month. Okay, so now that I am done reviewing January, I am ready to jump into my February plans. Yeah, overall, I'm really happy with January, all things considered, because like I said, I was sick for a couple weeks. So now that I like really sit down and think about it and reflect, I'm really happy with how much I managed to accomplish despite being sick. And I'm also really happy with how much we were able to make progress to our debt repayment goal, despite the fact that my husband had 3 weeks off of work in a row, which really impacted us financially. So overall, I'm really happy with the month, and it's really kind of making me think about how to kind of approach February, and so I'm really excited to jump in. And so yeah, if you watched my February plan with me video, I'll have it linked in the video description below if you want to go ahead and take a look at that. But this month I'm trying something new with my layout. So what I want to do is I have my cover page, and I'm gonna have, or I have space on there, sorry, for my appointments and birthdays, and then I'm gonna plan my goals, and then I have layouts that are specific to each of those goals, and that's what I want to plan right now. And so basically I'm gonna go ahead, take a peek at my future log and plan out my appointments and birthdays, and then we're going to dig into my goals and how I'm setting those for February. Okay, so first we'll look at appointments and birthdays, and I don't think I have much this month. Yeah, I have a doctor's appointment on the 3rd, and so far that is all I have scheduled, so I'll go ahead and write that down. I will have a couple other appointments, but they aren't scheduled quite yet, so I'll just leave space for now so that I can come back and fill those in. But I don't have my list of birthdays, so give me 1 second while I find my old planner. So I will say I have an entire video coming out in a couple days. Actually, it's the next video after this one, all about how I'm using my bullet journal to set my goals this year. But just to give you guys an idea, so I have my, oh, that might be out of focus. There we go. So I have this page, which is my, what I call my focus goals. So each year I set 3 focus goals, and they are my top priority goals, basically my non-negotiables, the things that are the most important to me. So in the box I have broken down, like I've written down what that goal is, and then all the points underneath are basically just me breaking them down into mini goals that I can work on. So I have those, and then on the next page I have it split into 4 sections, one for each quarter, and I'm using this space to plan out what I'm calling my secondary goals. So these are just my smaller goals. They're still things I want to accomplish, but they're not quite as high priority as the ones on this page, and I just write down what I want to focus on for that quarter. So basically when I'm going to do my monthly planning, I'm going to primarily focus on these ones, and then if I think I have any time left, then I will focus on the goals that are on this page. Okay, so I'm just going to put my bookmarker here because I'm going to be flipping back to this one a little bit just so I can grab it easily, and then I will put the other one on my February. So yeah, now I just want to think about what my goals are for this month. So I am going to, it's a short month this month, and I have a launch coming, so like I really like to think about what I have coming in the month and how much time I'm actually going to have to dedicate to my goals before I set them. And I really think just taking a minute to think about this sets me up for good success. If you want to find out more about this member club that I keep mentioning, I am going to have links to it below. I have the goal setting workshop is coming up on Monday, February 7th, and that workshop is basically showing you how I set my goals based on my core values. I'm really excited because this is the goal setting method I used last year, and it completely transformed how I set my goals and how I plan out my goals, and it really just had such a big impact on my life. And I'm going to be sharing how to do that, providing you with all the worksheets and everything you need to do that in that workshop. So I'll have the link in the description below this video for that if you are interested in joining me for that. Like I said, that's happening Monday, February 7th. But yeah, that's what these goals are related to. Speaking of that, I also have that workshop on Monday, and I'm still not quite done the slides yet, so I need to add that as one of my goals as well. I also want to post a YouTube video. I actually want to try switching and see if I can manage one video every 5 days. So it's not quite 2 a week, but it will end up being 5 videos over the next 4 weeks essentially. So it's 1 extra video squeezed in there. And that's it for my business goals. For my personal goals, I don't know if I'll be able to do an entire no spend month just because we do have some stuff coming up, but I would love to dedicate and try and do 2 weeks. Like, I'd love to actually get enough groceries to last us 2 weeks and spend no money for 2 weeks. So I am going to put that as a goal. It's a little bit lofty just because I don't know how I'm going to manage not grocery shopping for 2 weeks, just like produce and stuff, but we're going to try. And then I'm hoping we can actually pay off $1,000 to our debt this month, so I'll write that down. We also have taxes coming up here at the beginning of March, and so I want to spend some time in February getting all of my business stuff put together so that we're ready for taxes. So that's it for my second primary goal. And then for my third one, it's all about personal development. And so I really want to finish my vision board this month. My goal is to read 4 personal development books a month, but because I have such a heavy month this month with my launch coming up, I'm going to make it so that my goal is to read 2 personal development books, and then also I have one like fun book that I'm reading for my book club with my mom and grandmother. And then I want to make a goal to meditate at least twice a week. I want to see if I can eventually work my way up to doing this 5 days a week, but for now I just want to see if I can start with 2. And then I also want to go for a walk on the treadmill, a walk or a jog, 4 to 5 days a week. And the last one I want to do, I want to create a monthly cleaning routine. I want to create a month-end cleaning routine. So like, I have the stuff I do every week, but there are certain things I kind of want to do like at month end. So I'll kind of focus on them like the 29th, 30-ish of the month and get those done. And I really want to get this in place so that I can do that for February and March, because then I'm going to be starting my spring cleaning routine, and getting that all planned will be my March goal. So I think February, a good goal will be to get my month-end cleaning routine sorted out. Okay, so now that I have my February goals planned, I'm going to use the following layouts to actually break those plans down into like really small bite-sized chunks that I can accomplish each day. This is definitely my favorite part of goal setting, is just really breaking things down into bite-sized chunks and planning it out, because as I'm planning it out with this really small like micro steps in mind, I can actually see myself accomplishing it, versus when I set these bigger goals, it just feels so like big and audacious, and it's, you know, you think like this is point Z, this is where I want to be at the end, and it can feel really overwhelming. I love with monthly planning just breaking it all down and just being like, okay, this is doable, and now you can start to see your step A, B, C, D, and you can start to get that stuff done. So this is definitely my favorite part of goal setting planning. And the way I have this set up this month is I have one layout dedicated to my business goals, and then I have one layout dedicated to all of my personal goals and my secondary goals. So let's jump right into planning those out. So this first layout we have is dedicated to my business goals, and it's essentially where I plan out my YouTube, anything for my membership, the to-do list for each, as well as any projects I want to accomplish. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to plan it all out here, and then I'm going to add everything in to the specific days of the month which I want to accomplish everything. I hope that this will help kind of keep me on track daily throughout the month. Okay, so I just finished this layout, and I didn't fill this whole thing in because a lot of this is content and I'm not sure how long the content is actually going to take me to create. So I did want to leave myself some buffer room and then just kind of maybe plan that once I get closer. But I did figure out what YouTube videos I'm publishing. I figured out when I'm publishing stuff in the members club. I created my to-do list and then I slotted things onto each day. So I'm really curious to see how this is going to work for me this month. The next layout I'm really excited about. It is basically just all the like mini goals I want to focus on for the month. So first things first is my morning routine, and we've been waking up at 5:40 a.m. which has been working really well for me because it means I'm in my office by 6 a.m. and then I can work for like 3 hours. So that's been awesome. And then for my evening routine, I'm gonna set this to start at 5 o'clock. I have for 7:45 finished my to-do list, and that's basically just if I had planned to get like laundry done, clean cat boxes, vacuum, or anything like that, then that's basically when I will do that. And then I want to be in bed around 8:45 so that I can read. And then 10 o'clock is lights out. So again, this isn't super strict, but it's just to give me like a general guideline of how I want my day to go. For books, I actually have a couple books that I am currently reading that I want to finish. So I have You Are a Badass. And then I also have these three from the library. So I have the Side Hustle Guide from Clever Girl Finance, and I've heard really good things about this, so I want to read this one. And then there is also Clever Girl Finance, so that's another one I want to read. And then I also have Harry Potter. I do a book club every month with my mom and grandma, and it was my turn to pick a book. I've always wanted to read the Harry Potter series, but I never have, so I figured let's start with the first book and let's see what I think. So this is the other book I want to read this month. And then if I have time this month, I think I want to reread one of the books I have, and I really want to read She Means Business by Carrie Green. This book talks a lot about like mindset and stuff, and that's something I really want to focus on this month, so I think that'll be a good book for me to reread. For my bills, I'm not going to fill this in right now just because it's already like 10 o'clock at night and my brain is a little bit fried after doing all the other finance work I did tonight. But tomorrow I will come in and I'm just going to use this space to write down like what days our mortgage is coming out and what day like our car loan is coming out. Just any of like the really big expenses, just so that I can kind of plan accordingly. So that one's not like super in depth. I just don't have the mental energy to deal with it tonight anymore. For my fitness routine, I really want to kind of focus on doing my walks and my cardio Monday to Friday, and then doing a like superset or some kind of HIIT routine on the weekends, and I might even try and go swimming once or twice. So that's what I'm going to put down here. For my cleaning routine, I'm not 100% sure how I want to tackle this one this month, and I am actually going to leave this one blank for now because my team and I are currently working on a new schedule of when we're going to work in the office together. So I'm actually going to hold off on creating this until I've had a chance to meet with my team on Thursday. But basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to plan out my Monday through Sunday cleaning routine, and then I also want to include on here what my month end cleaning is going to be, because like I mentioned earlier, that's something I'm going to try this month. For house projects, I don't have much just because it is such a busy month, but one thing I want to do is I want to get the ice at the front cleared away. I would also love to do a good deep clean of the fridge. I want to clean out our front closet. And I want to do a good deep clean of the bathrooms. And this last space I'm also going to fill in tomorrow, but I'm going to go through and figure out what affirmations I want to focus on this month. This is something I want to be really careful and intentional with, because last month I didn't really tie them to my goals enough, so that's something I want to do this month. So I will probably do that tomorrow as well. And so that is it for my bullet journal setup and planning and my goal planning for the month of February. So this is really good. I feel like I have a really good solid plan of how I'm going to do in February and how I'm going to get everything done that I hope to get done. So the last part of my monthly reset routine is just filling in my wall calendar. So let's get that done and then we should be good to go. So I just have this monthly calendar that sits up here, and this is where I basically write down all of the events and everything I have coming up for the month. I like it here so that I can see it, so I'm just going to take this down so we can fill it in. And I have all of my like string lights hooked up to it right now. And I like to do this on the floor because this board is so big, so let's set up down here. So before I fill this in, I always just take like my mini paper calendar and kind of figure things out, white things out. I actually came up with this plan like 2 weeks ago, but obviously I never want to actually update this until it's the month of, because I had information on here I still needed up until yesterday. So I'm just going to transfer everything I have on here onto here, and it's basically just the published dates for my YouTube videos, my email newsletters, as well as any like doctor's appointments and things I have, just so I can see at a glance things where I actually have to be there, not necessarily things that just need to get done. Okay, that is it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed my monthly reset video. I'm so excited for February and I can't wait to see how the month goes. If you would like to know more information about the Members Club, which is launching on Monday, February 7th, or the goal setting workshop that I'm hosting, which is free, be sure to check the description. I have everything linked below. I've also included some links to some free blog articles and YouTube videos that you might find helpful. If you like the video, be sure to hit the like button because it really supports my channel. And if you want to be notified whenever I upload new videos, be sure to hit the subscribe button as well. I have tons of bullet journal and goal setting related content coming up that you won't want to miss. Otherwise, that's it. That's all I can think of anyways. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye for now.